Hey guys, it's been a little minute since I've made a video, but we're here today. And today I thought I would talk about my experience with binging, with binge eating. But first, before we get into that, I'm going to show you guys what I thrifted today. I think it's so cool. I'm going to clean it while I talk. It's a mirror. Also, my room is a bit of a mess, so don't mind that. But it's got I think these are called cherubs. I can't remember. But it's so cool. And it definitely needs to be cleaned. And then I thrifted some white American Eagle shorts, which I don't really like white pants, but we'll see about that. We'll see if we like it. So for those two things it's like $10, but it's okay. And so today we're going to talk about my experience with binging. But more so my experience with binging as someone who grew up in a very healthy household. I wouldn't say I had an almond mom, but I kind of had an almond mom. But it was like in a healthy way. We just ate really healthy. We ate really well. And my mom loved to cook. So, she made dinner every night, and it'd be like a really good, really healthy dinner. We followed the meal plan, Trim Healthy Mama. And so throughout my entire childhood, that's what we ate, was from the meal plan Trim Healthy Mama. And it was actually really good. I think I would recommend it. I don't think I could handle that myself. I love a good sweet treat, and I think part of that diet is no sugar and all that, and I just can't commit to that. But throughout my childhood, growing up, eating that was really good, and I enjoyed it. So I was a very healthy child, didn't have any issues in terms of weight or anything. I was actually a very small child. And so it was up until when I was 15. So there's gonna be a little bit of trauma dumping, but my mom got cancer. And so throughout my whole life, it was my mom, I was homeschooled, so my mom was the one that she did our homeschooling, and then she did all of our meals, and my dad didn't cook. My dad would make chili once a month, every few months, and that was about it. And so he didn't know how to meal plan. He didn't know how to cook healthy or cook well. He just knew easy stuff and buying easy stuff. And so when I was 15, my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and so then all of that went on to my dad. And like I said, I never had any issues with binging before. Oh my gosh, sorry. I just ate some carrots and I don't know what that was, but anyways, so I didn't have any issues with it before, but we never really had snacks in the house. We wouldn't buy unhealthy groceries. So my mom would always buy ingredients. It was an ingredient household. That's the term. And so then my dad switched to being the one who went grocery shopping. And with him being in and out of the hospital with my mom and all that, it was convenience was best. So we went from having super healthy everything, just ingredients, to we would buy frozen stuff, frozen pizzas and chicken nuggets, and then cereal, ice cream, soda, all of that, because it was easy. And my dad would say yes to whatever we wanted because it was just easy. I don't know. My dad loves one of his love languages is buying new stuff, and so gift giving. So if we ask for stuff, he'll buy it, and he just loves to do that. So then we would be just asking for stuff, because if my mom was the one doing it, she would say, no, you don't need to eat that, which is true. We did not need to be eating all that. But then all of a sudden, it was all these things in the house, and I didn't really know what binging was. I knew what anorexia was. I knew what other eating disorders were, but I didn't really know about binging. And I didn't really think, I was always no, that could never affect me. I eat so well, whatever. But then I started getting into the school year. I started going to school, and I started to, notice some changes, especially in my face. and it got like very puffy, and I got very bloated like all the time, and I'd be like, I don't know what's going on, because I mean, like, I don't know. And so it's because I was eating like shit. I was eating horribly, and I was eating a lot too. And so then I kind of started turning to food for like my emotions and stuff. I'd be like, yeah, let me just get a little sweet treat here and there. Let me get every single day having ice cream, cookies, candy, chips, like anything and everything. And I wasn't exercising. This was before I started working out. And so it was just a bad combination. And so I started just like eating a lot. And so I don't know, like, it wasn't like extreme binging, but it was definitely binging. Like, I would come home from school and I would like eat like 3 bowls of cereal, and then we'd have dinner, and I'd eat a lot of dinner, and then I'd always have candy every single night, a lot of candy. Like, we would make like candy salads. That's when like they started to get popular, was right around that time, so we were really into that. And my mom wasn't there all the time to tell us like, guys, really, like, have some self-control. And I didn't really know that like you needed self-control, and that was before I knew a lot about nutrition. Obviously, like, growing up, I knew what was healthy. I knew what I was eating at that time was not healthy, but I didn't know how to like control that. I didn't know how to meal prep or anything like that, and I didn't really have any desire to, because I was like, this is great. We never, ever, ever have any of this stuff. But then I started running in like, this was in 2022. So then that was in August. August through like December was like just like slowly getting into it. And then in December I started running, partially because I felt fat, and then partially because I got running shoes for Christmas, and partially because I needed something to get out my emotions other than food. So I started running, and obviously when you're eating like shit, your performance is shit. And so, I shouldn't have cussed. Sorry, guys. Your performance is really bad. So I started to notice, like, with me eating so terribly and so much, my performance was really bad, and I wanted to get better. So then I started to eat a little bit less, and I wouldn't binge as much, but then I started restricting. And so I would go like 3 days without eating. So it'd be like, okay, we're doing so good, like, haven't eaten in 3 days. Like, it's the classic restricting and binging. So I would go like 3 days without eating, and I was so proud of it, and I'd tell everybody like, yeah, I haven't eaten in like 3 days. And I was so proud of it, but like, girl, come on, you're still fat. Like, you're still a little big. Like, it was almost embarrassing because I don't think anybody believed me, but like, I really wouldn't eat for like 3 days, and then I'd eat, and I'd have like, oh, it'd be bad. Like, I'd just eat cereal, ice cream. Like, I could eat, like, you know the Bluebell ice cream? Guys, I would eat like half a tub of that in like one sitting, and along with cereal and candy. Those are like my favorites. I love sugar. Sugar's like my weakness. So that's what I would always eat, was anything with sugar in it. And we would go to the store like, 2 or 3 times a week to get snacks or just to like have fun, because I live in a small town, so like that's what you do. And I would always get candy. So much candy. I loved candy. And I'd eat so much and so much and so much, and then I'd start to feel sick. Like, you start to feel sick and you just keep going, because it's like, I just want more, I don't care, and you ignore it. And I don't really know like when it changed. I think I started, okay, so like this was an ongoing cycle for like 2 years of restricting and then binging, and restricting and binging. And I throughout that whole time was running, and really was like not succeeding in it in the way that I wanted to, and it sucked. It really did, and I hated it, but I just kept going back for more. And maybe I'll show you guys some pictures at the end. It was just like, it was very bad. So fast forward to summer of 2024, I started working. I got my first job at Chick-fil-A, and that's when I started to be like with other people my age. Yes, I went to school, but I went to a very small school, and there wasn't like that peer pressure there of like being healthy. But I started to notice other people, and I was like, okay, so I actually hate how I look, and I feel fat, and I want to like be skinny. I want to be like these other girls. So comparison is not cute. That's not like the way to go, but that's the way that I did it. Was I started to compare myself to everybody around me, and I was like, I could really make a change, and I want to be a baddie. Like, I want to be a baddie. Who doesn't want to be a baddie? So I was like, okay, I want to be a baddie. So I started walking. Do you guys know? I don't know if anybody knows who this is, but there's this girl named Mina. I think it's like Mina Zali, and she started like the whole hot moms walking, but like I'm not a mom, of course. And so, but I started watching her TikToks, and so I got really into walking in the end of 2024 and then beginning of 2025 and throughout the whole summer. And so I started walking like 3 to 4 miles a day. And guys, that like shredded my weight off. And I just at that time, like I just stopped binging. I stopped eating a ton. I just started eating better meals. And honestly, the best thing for me was not having stuff in the house. Like, as long as I didn't have cookies, I don't know why I keep saying cookies. I mean, like, Oreos. I love Oreos. Oh, my gosh. And candy and ice cream and all those things. As long as it wasn't in the house, it was good. And so we got our grocery habits better. And now we grocery shop much better now. And meal prep, meal plan, and it's much better now for my family. It was rough there for a while. But I just kind of stopped. And then, what do you think? I just kind of stopped binging. And I was kind of doing really well with, like, eating a good, well-balanced diet and all of that. And then I got my license. And I was able to go to the store and buy stuff whenever I wanted to, guys. Whenever I wanted to. And so I would buy stuff and I'd be like, it's fine. Like, I'm not going to eat it. Like, I'll just eat a little bit. And then I'd, like, put it in my room somewhere, like in a drawer or something. And then it'd just be like, I know it's there. So I have to go eat it. I want to go eat it. And it's all I can think about. And I'd be like, I'm just going to have, like, one piece. And obviously, I did not just have one piece. Like, some of my weaknesses, guys, Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups. And I know for a fact because, okay. This is where I was trying to get to because we thought I was done with binging. We thought I was over, but in like December of last year, guys, I was really locked in at the gym. I started going to the gym in August, I think, and so I was really doing really well with losing weight, cutting, going to the gym, and building muscle, and it was so good. And then December hit, and I don't know what happened in December, guys, but I started eating everything in sight, to be honest, and I didn't care. And it was just like all the Christmas treats and all that, and then like after Christmas you get stuff in your stocking and I would just eat all of it. I ate all of it in one sitting, and there was so much extra candy and leftover stuff, and I would just sit there and eat while still going to the gym. But it was not cute. And so I feel like I go through cycles. I go through phases, and I'm trying to prevent one right now. I've been struggling again with it, and it's actually, like, it's terrible. I hate it. I feel fat. I don't feel good. I feel sick. Like, my stomach's upset all the time. And the reality is, like, self-control is a choice. I could choose to have self-control, but I choose not to most of the time, especially recently. And guys, some of the things that are like my weaknesses is Trader Joe's snacks, because in my mind I'm always like, it's healthy, it's not calories, but like it is. So I haven't bought Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups in forever, in a very long time. And I bought them like a week ago, guys. Not even a week ago. It was on Sunday and it's Wednesday. 4 days. And I'm already eaten almost the entire container. And so like that, I bought a 6-pound bag of Purely Elizabeth granola like a month ago, and it's like almost gone now. And cereal. Can't buy that. That's my freaking weakness is cereal, and I will eat so much of it. And then I'll go to work, and I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna have like my grilled wrap from work, and then I'm fine. But then I come home, and it's late at night, and I can't. I don't hold back, and I let myself eat. So I'm really working on self-control. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. I don't eat in front of people because it's embarrassing. Like I feel like with eating, everybody can tell, but nobody can tell. Nobody knows that you binge unless you tell them. For me personally, right now, like I feel like I just look like I eat a fine and healthy balanced diet, but I've been restricting, and then I started binging again, and so that's where I'm at right now, and it's kind of embarrassing, and I don't like to admit it, but I thought I was done. I thought I was out of this cycle, but now I'm back in it, and we're trying to get out of it. We're working on it. Working on self-control and actually, like, fueling my body in the way that it needs and when it needs stuff with food that's going to actually fuel my body. But I do have lots of snacks right now in my house. But it's like, once these ones run out, guys, no more. I can't buy any more. I don't know. Do you guys have any advice? This is like my experience with binging, but honestly, it's just me here like, yeah, guys, I'm struggling right now. And we've been cleaning this off. I think it looks good. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but let me show you guys a picture. Let's see if we can find a picture. Okay. Let's see. 2023. Chudica. Chud bucket. And I don't know how, to be honest, the way that I lost weight was just spamming cardio. I would do, what I do is a mile of walking and then 40 minutes on the Stairmaster and then another mile of walking. And that is 10 out of 10. And then being at home and lifting weights. I lift weights at home. I don't lift weights at the gym. That's how I lost weight. I've lost 20 pounds, I think. Maybe 15. I think it was 15. I don't know why I said 20. It was not 20. It was 15. And that's great. But let's see. Oh, here we go. I'd always be like, I look pregnant, guys. I can just make myself look pregnant. Isn't it so cool? No, it's not cool. You're not cool. You're not cool. Hey, so actually, we actually know what's going on and you need to wrap it up because it's not cute, not cool. Let me see. And my face just looked so different. That is not me. And that was when I was 16. Let's see. But sometimes, even with healthy stuff, binging on that, on vegetables, you think because it's healthy, it doesn't matter, it's not binging, but it is. I could sit there and I could eat, a whole bag of baby carrots. I could eat, a whole bag of peas, frozen peas, and you just throw it in the microwave. I could eat the entire thing. Or corn, the entire thing. Or rice cakes. Oh my gosh, that is my freaking weakness. Oh, I love rice cakes, but I can't. The mini ones, the white cheddar ones or the caramel ones, I could eat that whole thing. And it's healthy, but once you eat the whole bag, it's not healthy, So I don't know. It's just how I've overcome it, how I am overcoming it is focusing on self-control and actually fueling my body. Because you think, but if I eat, then I'm just going to keep eating. But it's no, you just have to focus on self-control and fueling your body. If you're not fueling your body, the more you're going to have urges because you just want to eat because you haven't eaten. But if you're fueling your body, then and you listen to your hunger cues and you don't just eat when you're bored, that helps. So I had a bad 2 weeks here, but it's been 3 days this week and I'm doing much better now. And I was this week I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna figure it out and we're gonna have a little reset and be done with that. So yeah, that's my experience with binging. Maybe I'll talk more about it and have a better explanation of timelines and like all of that. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about something today, and that's what I've been thinking about, and really forcing myself to go to the gym. Like, I was the past 2 weeks eating so much and then just being so lazy. Like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. Like, no, you have to go to the gym. I have to go to work. I have to go to work. And so that's what I do. That's what I do. So, yeah. If you guys stuck around for this long, live, laugh, love that, love you. This isn't a very good video. This isn't, like, helpful. It's just me saying. And I binged, but just know, like, I feel like people, like most people struggle with that. Most people struggle with an eating disorder of some sort. And so I want to talk more about my experience. This is 20 minutes of me just saying nonsense about it. But, like, it really is, everybody struggles with something like that. And so, like, just know if you are struggling with whether it's restricting or binging or any kind of eating disorder in any way, like, you're not alone. And most people struggle with that at some point in their life, especially women. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And at some point, I'm going to do a little bit of a better, more in-depth, better worded, more thought out video on this, you know? So, yeah. I used to take pictures where I was like, oh, guys, I look like I'm pregnant. And that's so embarrassing to me. But I just said that to you guys. Anyways, I'm done cleaning my mirror off. There's still some green on it, but I think it looks pretty good. And now I'm going to, I really need to pee. Also, guys, highly recommend kombucha. 10 out of 10, very low calorie drink. So, yeah, I love you guys. Bye. Let me know if you want me to talk about this again. We can go more in depth. I don't know, guys. I don't know.